Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. Saturday evening, the day before, or the evening before the derby. Another derby, fourth derby of the season. And currently we stand at 1-1. Very convincingly 3-1 win at Old Trafford in the first round. The first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. But we've lost two. Lost at home 2-1 in the league. Was it before Christmas? Was it the 4th of December? Early December, I think. And also we lost in the Carabao Cup second leg, 1-0 at home. Two pretty below average performances. Hi, Ikram. Hope you're well, Ikram, and I hope you are well too, Jack. Hope you guys are doing very good. So let's see if we can get... Let's just put this out there, guys. Just going to pop it onto Twitter. Let people get involved. The Twitterati. So it's obviously a big game. I mean, Liverpool almost got the title in the bag. Almost all over. So, you know, look, all we can do is keep winning. We're 7 points clear of Leicester. Hi, Chief Red, and hope you're well. We're 7 points clear of Leicester, a game in hand, second spot, almost in the bag. And look, on one hand, I'd like us to focus on the Champions League. I want us to focus on the FA Cup because those are, you know, competitions we can still win. We can't win the league. But on the other hand, I don't want us to give up on the league. I don't want us to totally give up and say, you know, it's done and dusted. Let's not put the effort in, because confidence, motivation, it's not something sometimes that footballers can. It's not like a tap. You can turn it on or off, or a light switch. You can flick it on or off. It's not like that. Yeah. So I would rather us to play and try to keep winning in the league to keep our momentum going. I mean, come on, how players should just think, how will the fans feel losing 3 games to Man United in one season? That's terrible. And you never know. Both teams are through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We might meet them in the FA Cup semi-final or the final. You never know. If we can get past Newcastle, United can get past Norwich. We might meet at Wembley in the semi-final. We might make it all the way to Wembley and meet them in the final on May the 23rd, my mother's birthday. Hi, Dunk. Hope you're well. They come with the link at the Etihad. We can't allow that to happen, even though the league's over. Yeah, look, like United did to us when we could have won the league at the Etihad against them. You know, they delayed it by a couple of games or something, and we should be pushing. You know, we've got to lift ourselves for big games. You can argue it's like a free hit when we do play Liverpool because it's not going to make any difference to the league. But we just want to go out there and do our best, put our best foot forward and not embarrass ourselves, really. So it's not going to be a massively long stream tonight, guys. Saturday night, I'm sure a lot of us want to go to bed or go out or something. So it's not going to be a massively long stream, just a quick chat to see what you guys think about the derby. There's not a lot else to talk about. I mean, we talked a bit about it yesterday as well, but I don't think there's any. Obviously I've checked the news, and there's nothing really. There's nothing of any interest out in the news. I looked. You're getting pundits saying stuff, but there's nothing. I'm not bothered what a lot of the pundits are saying. Is, it doesn't really mean that much to us what pundits say. A couple of things I will talk about. Mark the Blair for the West. 3-1 to City. I'm already out using my data. Yeah, well, I tell you, I've got tons of. I can't remember what I'm paying now. I'm paying about 22 quid or 21.50, and I get 100 gigabytes a month of data. And you know, I certainly don't get anywhere near that. I mean, sometimes when I'm abroad, I can bash my data. I did that in Germany, watching a match on my phone. That was a mistake. I was using the hotspot to stream the match on my computer, and that killed about 8 or 9 gigabytes of data. It's crazy. All right. My missus, I'm in the kitchen tonight. My missus put the washing machine on. I think she's put the dishwasher on. She don't care about footy tonight, I don't think. Just let us get on with it. So any bits of news out there to chit chat about? A couple of guys. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. A couple of guys I want to talk about whilst we're on. One is Tosin Arad. Got his name wrong. Should we just call him Tosin Adebayo? Okay. Tosin. Now, he was on loan last season. I'm struggling to remember now. West Brom. I think is it Blackburn this season? Look, he's done all right, Tosin. He's got some, some good reports. He's only got one season, end of 2021, which is basically 1.5 seasons or 1 season and 3 months left on his contract. What should City do? Should City offload him? And there's no point in putting him out for loan for another season because it can go on a free after that. I can't see him signing a new contract because what's in it for him? There's now in it for him. He's not going to play for City, and he's going to be kind of not held back, but he's still, he's semi-trapped. He can't make his own decisions whilst he's got a contract with City. So the question is, what should City do with Tosin? How much is he worth? Can they get 10 million for him? And if they could, maybe they let him go. He can see what happened to Jason Denyer when he signed a new contract at City, and he just bummed about. Going to Sunderland on loan, it's a bad move. Look at him at Lyon, having a great time now. So, Tosin's got to look at his own future. I think if we can get 7 or 8, 10 million quid, he'll go. On the other hand, does he have a chance? I never thought he looked cool and calm when he played for City, and not the way Eric Garcia does. I never thought when I saw him he looked like that. But he's had a couple of 3 seasons away. He's he looks, when he played for West Brom, he looked good. He looked cooler and more with it than some of the other defenders he was playing with in the Championship. So maybe Tosin could be that step up. Maybe could he make that step up? I don't know. I still think people want Skriniar, but could Tosin make that step up? That's a question. And then once we talked about him, we'll talk about Jack Harrison. Dale, hi Chris. Dale says, will we find tomorrow? We are playing well at the minute and always win at the Swamp these days. Relax. Yeah, good point, Dale. Look, we've since the since the winter break, we beat West Ham 2-0. I don't think we played fantastically in these games, but we beat West Ham 2-0. I'm talking about league games now. We beat West Ham 2-0. We beat Leicester 1-0 away. Okay, they might not be in the best form, these teams, but we still had to do the business. We beat Real Madrid, we beat Aston Villa, and we beat Sheffield Wednesday. So we're on a reasonable run. So we've got to look at this game and say, look, we're in decent form. And if we put on a good performance, we should bring home the spoils. You wouldn't get it. Hope you're well. Jack Lee, I barely use day 6 anyway only for checking football scores or watching the odd stream when I'm at the pub. Aye. Chris, good to hear you. Fine, Chris. I think he deserves a chance. The risk is if we give him a chance next season, bring him back, that's his last season. So financially, he could walk away at the end of the season for nothing. So I think the problem is, I feel it's more likely he'll be sold in the summer than being given a chance, because to be given a chance, he'd have to sign a new contract, and I'm not sure he'd want to do that unless there were clauses there that he could leave after. Next summer if he didn't get enough games, whatever. I can't see him hanging around. Jack Lee says Tosin wouldn't play ahead of Werner, Laporte, Stones, or Garcia. That's correct. I can see Otamendi or Stones leaving this summer. I can't see us letting them both go. And then that's the problem with Tosin. We all feel he's behind all of those people you mentioned, Jack. When's he going to play? He'll be in a position that Garcia is in this season. playing 7 or 8 years. Now, it could be that we can get him to sign a 1-year extension on his contract, and then let him play some games and do something like Angelino. I mean, Angelino's going for 25 million euros if we can get the money, if we can get that deal sorted out with the RB Leipzig. So maybe we can look to do the same with Tosin, give him the Carabao Cup, give him the FA Cup, a couple of games in the Champions League, if they're in pretty much dead rubbers, and straight away you're looking at about 8 games, 10 games, possibly. Let's say 8 games there. A few games in the league, you're up to about a dozen games. Chuck him in for the Community Shield, assuming we win the FA Cup and get there. But give him 12 or 13 games. Now, that might increase his value from 10 million to 20 million. I don't know how it's going to work out. It's a difficult one. Ikram, the last few seasons, the away side tends to win the derby. Hopefully that. Absolutely, Ikram, can't argue with that, buddy. Oh, Dedrick Bayata. Another Denimir state. The thing with Bayata was, when we sold him for $1 million, Celtic, it was worth 7 or 8 million at Celtic or more. Denny was a bad mistake. My mate Stormy, look, this was the same talk in the winter, in the January transfer window, about going to Arsenal. The thing is with Stones and Otamendi, I can't see us letting both go. I can see us letting one go. But if you let both go, who's left? You've got, if something happened to Laporte again, then you're left with Fernandinho and Garcia and whoever you bring in. My point being, if you get someone like Skriniar in, he's new to the league, he's new to Pep, he's new to everything, and he might not settle. You can go back and look at people like Stefan Savic. Couldn't do it at City. But where is he now? Is it Atletico? Is he doing all right? Yes, he is. I've not kept up to date with him. But if he's playing for Atletico Madrid, in their defence, he must be all right. So, maybe it was the timing was wrong at City. Look at Nastasic. I thought he was all right, but he had to go as well. So the same could happen with Skriniar if we got him. Whoever we got, Koulibaly, Skriniar, anybody, Johnny Evans, they might just not settle. Johnny Evans is just a job, but the other guys are coming from foreign leagues. Now, it might be that if we go for someone like Nathan Ake, it's easier for him to settle because he speaks English. He's lived in England. He's played in the Premier League for a few years, so he knows what it's all about. And his adjustment, acclimatization, is just working, fitting into the squad, fitting into the learning more about the way Pep wants to play football, Pep's tactics and strategies and everything else. Someone like Skriniar, even though he might speak English, he's not used to the culture. He's not used to the weather and the language. You might be able to speak English, but you might not be able to speak, the English that we speak over here. And so that might be an issue initially. Okay, so that's why part of me prefers having a local person. So that's why I don't think we'll get rid of Otamendi and Stones together. I might be wrong. You didn't get it. Fernandinho's not going back to midfield. I think that ship sailed. Well, that's it. You didn't get it. City need to give him a chance. He needs to feel he's got a chance, and I'm not sure he is going to get a chance. He's a home. That's it. It's good that he's homegrown. We can see he's an academy product. It'd be nice. Do I think KDB will play tomorrow, Chris? I honestly couldn't tell you. Pep said he was going to train on Saturday, which is today. And it could just be, if he has no soreness tomorrow, they can make a late decision to let him play. It's one of those. If he could injure himself even more and then potentially be out for a few weeks, then you can't take the risk. If he wants to help my fantasy football team score some more points, then you play Kevin De Bruyne. I want him to play because he's our star player right now. And he's been for most of the season. He is our star player. And you want to play with your star player. Ikram and Lara let Stones go than Otamendi. Well, we'll see. I don't think Otamendi should have left 2 seasons ago. You wouldn't get it. I think we're still good enough as we saw overall last season. Bill Rolls, and I was wondering who that was. But Pep said Foden, so we'll see. Pep's telling the truth. Is Foden going to start tomorrow? Ikram says you wouldn't get it. I think Otamendi receives a bit too. I agree, Ikram. He has mistaken him, but he's played well. He played well in those. When we got the Centurions, Otamendi played well. Certainly did. When we were Formidables, he still played plenty of games, so you can't take it away from him overall. Ikram, the thing is, look, against Sheffield Wednesday, he didn't have anything to do, and he did what he had to. Against Aston Villa, he slipped, so I'm not holding that against him. And the rest of the game, he was good. Gerard, hey, Gerard, I haven't seen you for a while, buddy. Hope you're well. He's been for City tomorrow 3-1. I hope so. I hope you're right, Gerard. I think that's the score I've gone for in my prediction league. This season and last season, you wouldn't get it. Otamendi did well enough last season. He didn't play too many games, but we were formidable. We got 98 league points. We won the Carabao Cup. We won the FA Cup, and I think Nicholas Otamendi had a lot to do with that. Gerard, that would be fantastic if we can do United and Arsenal. That's why I would much prefer to have our best team out against United, local rivals, give us some confidence. Best team out against Arsenal, smash them if we can. All that sentimentality and all that with Arteta, forget it. Smash them. Then we've got Burnley at the weekend. That's the game I think we can look to rest a few players. Yeah, and then bring out the big guns against Real Madrid and go for them again. Ikram, you wouldn't get it. And Ray, who do you trust more in big games, Stones or Otamendi? Eric Garcia. Right now, Ikram, I couldn't choose between the two. I don't think they've been brilliant, but I couldn't choose between the two. You wouldn't get it to choose the Stones, but 3 years ago you would have chosen Otamendi. That's a good answer. There you go, Ikram. Eric Garcia. I don't think he's as good as sometimes. I think we've hyped him up a bit, but he's still a very good player. And, we don't really know how good he's going to be. We don't really know how good he's going to be and whether he will make it. And the only way we're going to find out is by playing him. That's it. Same with Foden. We all feel he's going to be very good. He can go a long way. Pep said so, but he's got to play more to prove that. Look at all these players. Was it Riquelme? There's a few players in the past who they were hyped up and you see them in bits and pieces. You thought, yeah, really good. Yeah, usually some Brazilian kid going to Spain. And they never made it. There were a lot of players who went for lots of money and they never made it. I absolutely hope so, Gerard. Look, it's about time that Sterling came back to form. Absolutely back time. Just a few more minutes, guys. And I need some rest. Need some rest today. It's all about reserving energy and fitness for Champions League and FA Cup. Hopefully the boys are fit. Absolutely. That's what I kind of said, was that I hope, we go out, beat United, go out, beat Arsenal, get ahead and then, manage the game. And then make some changes for Burnley. The big one for us, we can't look ahead just to the Champions League game because, as I said, we've got games before that. Yeah, important games. We've got this, as I said, the derby, Arsenal and Burnley. We want to keep winning. Certainly want to win the derby and against Arsenal. You wouldn't get it. I thought it's really quite funny. You can't see what I was doing. I thought you put no worries, Ikram, lol, and I thought it was a piece of chocolate on my screen or a little flake of pepper. We use some crushed flakes of pepper, red pepper in cooking, and I thought it was on the screen. I'm trying to clear it off, and I realised it was your Winston Churchill. I think. I hope Ikram says, I hope Sterling managed to get his first goal against United tomorrow. I hope so. Was it 15 games he hasn't scored? Ziad, behave, Ziad. Come on, Ziad. You come on in here and behaving like that. What's your lineup for tomorrow? I have no idea. Honestly, I wouldn't look at Arsenal. I wouldn't look as far as Arsenal. I'll look at United and say, could we go for something like a 3-5-2? I figured that out, Ziad. I figured that out that you've come on and said, "Come on, United." You've either anyway. I have no problem with people coming on as long as I've always said, as long as people are civil. It doesn't matter who you support. We have Liverpool fans, we have fans from America, fans from all over the world. You wouldn't get it if KDB sends new contract reportedly on 21 million a year. It's like, wow. The thing is, if we are willing to pay KDB 400 grand a week now, problem is, look, this is rumours. It's in newspapers, which I don't generally trust. Sorry, guys, that's the washing machine going on. I don't generally trust these newspapers. But is that including bonuses? Or is it his basic pay? I think that's the key. And I'm not sure if you guys have read the papers and you know whether it's including bonuses or excluding bonuses. Now, if it's excluding bonuses and we're offering to pay him 400 grand a week, does that give us scope in our wage structure to offer Leroy Sané 300 grand a week? The problem is if you offer Leroy Sané 300 grand a week to try and keep him, they're still going to say, well, you're paying me 250 grand a week or 240 grand a week. I want 300 grand a week. You'll get somebody else coming along and say, well, you're paying, how can you be paying Leroy Sané 300 grand a week? I'm Edison, you're paying me 120 grand a week. I need some more money because I'm your number one keeper. So, very soon, very quickly, you can end up paying people, you could end up playing 10 players an extra 40 grand a week. Well, hang on, that's 400 grand a week, which is 20 million pounds a year. And you've already got issues with FFP. Look, I don't think we have. Going forwards, we shouldn't have. But you never know if we get banned from the Champions League. If it's confirmed, then obviously that's going to hurt us quite badly. Ziad says, is De Bruyne playing? We don't know, mate. Don't know. I think we've beaten you without De Bruyne. I think we've beaten you with people like Delph or Zinchenko in the side. So I wouldn't be too cocky there, Ziad, if KDB doesn't play. I think we've got still might have enough to hurt you. We won the league last season and KDB hardly played. And when he did play, he was recovering from injury, really. He was just coming back and he wasn't fit enough at the end of last season. Ikram would like to still go Jesus, but I think Pep might go. Might be Ikram. He might do that. He might put Jesus on the left, Sterling up front, and Foden on the right, and just let them all float. That would be one heck of a formation with Jesus, Sterling, and Foden, the young guns. That would be a cracking. That'd be very, very interesting if we went something like that. Ikram says, I heard Maguire and Wan-Bissaka will be assessed for fitness tomorrow. That would be a huge boost for us. Yeah, I heard Maguire didn't train today, so he could be he's a doubt. And if they don't play, obviously that's better, I think, for us. Both United and Arsenal need the win, so we should sit back and hit them on the counter. I don't think that's Pep's way. Get a 1 or 2 and shut up shop. I want to be 2-0 up and have a shut up shop. Rest players during the Burnley game. Well, the funny thing is Burnley. We say that rest players against Burnley. Burnley have been on a pretty decent run of form, if you look at all things considered. The game against the Spurs tonight. Now, I didn't watch the game. I listened to a little bit on the radio. We were out shopping. Now, the game tonight, Burnley had that was a penalty shout, which anywhere else on the pitch could have been a penalty. Okay, and Sean Dyche, he's really unhappy. He said we were in dangerous territory because he was frustrated at being denied that penalty. Now, when you look at where Burnley are in the table, Burnley are sat there. They're in 10th. You think, all right, they're only in 10th. But they've got 39 points, okay, after 29 games. Now, they could, with a couple of wins, be on, in the European slots, possibly even Champions League. They're 6 points off Chelsea, who were 4th. They're only 4 points off Wolves, who were 5th, and Sheffield United, who were 5th. So, Burnley are still knocking on the door, yeah? And as I said, they've had a decent run of form, 2 wins and 3 draws in the last 5 games. Decent form for them. Arsenal has actually picked up in form because they'd hardly won any games under Mikel Arteta. But in the league, they've drawn 2, and the last 3 games they've won. So they're in pretty good form. They've actually got 1 more point in the last 5 games than we have. We've got 10, they've got 11. Excuse me, because we had a big old L in there as well in the league. So, there's a lot still to play for. We're playing against teams. You look at it, United. Look at United, okay? This is their game in hand over Wolves. Wolves are sat in 5th. Europa League slot, potentially Champions League slot if we get the ban upheld. And they're sat there with 43 points. United have got 42. A draw gets them into 5th. A win gets them up to 4th. Actually, Chelsea playing tomorrow against Everton. I think that's the first game. So, you know, it's so much at stake. Chelsea are on 45. Okay, United are only 3 points behind them, but they've got a much better goal. Well, a goal difference that's better by 4. Everton, you say, but Everton have still got 37 points. They're still got dreams of making it into the Europa League at least. If they can beat if they can beat Chelsea tomorrow, well, Everton end up with 40 points. Chelsea are on 45. It's extremely tight up there. They'll be 5 points behind the team in guaranteed Champions League position of number 4, which is Chelsea. So tight. Arsenal, yeah, when we play them in the midweek, Arsenal are on 40 points. If Chelsea pick up a point tomorrow, let's say, Arsenal say, well, if we can beat City, we'll be on 43. We'll be 3 points behind Chelsea. It's so tight, guys. Excuse me. So there's so much to play for these other teams. Ziad, ain't 200k enough? I'd be happy with 100k. No, but look, Ziad, it's a funny old thing, Ziad. Take it from me. People, a lot more, I think most people, the vast majority of people, if you got some money, you always want more. Or you'd always accept more. Okay? Whatever you're on. It happens. Okay? You know, you could say, 100 grand. I'd be happy with 100 grand a year. But if someone offered me 150 grand a year, yeah, I'd take it. I'd take it. I wouldn't say no. And I think most people are the same. Footballers are the same. And sometimes I say, well, if you're getting 20 million a year, what's the difference between getting 20 million a year and 25 million a year? You know, you get to a point where money shouldn't make a difference, and it shouldn't make a difference to your life. Not a lot of players on the level of KDB. I agree you wouldn't get it. I get what you mean, but Pep will never play that way against United. I agree. Daniel James, is that Spanish kid you've got? Look, he's not. I don't think he's scored for a few games, has he? Foden will start season. Well, that's what Pepe said. Will Foden be another Sancho? No, he won't, yeah, because he loves City. Yeah, the reason he's still here is because it's his boyhood club. That's the whole City have over him, basically. That's, you know, if he was like Sancho with no links, if it was like Brahim Diaz, no links, he'd have been gone as they have left. Premier Leaguers are not worth our time, but no. You have to be. You prioritize the Champions League and FA Cup, but you can't turn your form on. You can't turn your motivation and your levels up. You can't increase them just like that, flick of a switch. You've got to still be playing at a good level and to feel confident about what you're doing. The Barchester derby. I think my point is, you get your lead, you go out, you get your lead, and then you manage the game. Who will City get in the summer? No idea, Ziad. Honestly, it's a really tough. Angus, hope you're well, buddy. Who can City get in? I think we want to get one attacking player, whether it's a winger, whether it's a attacking midfielder, or a striker. I think we need one, because if you accept the argument that Bernardo Silva and Foden will probably alternate with KDB next season and a bit of Gundogan. Okay, that's the midfield sorted. You're going to say Rodri's DM, KDB is your permanent attacking midfielder, and then let Foden play, let Bernardo Silva play, and let Gundogan play as the other attacking midfielder. I can see that happen. So we've got the bodies. We've got 4 attacking midfielders in there. Okay, once David Silva leaves, so you could argue that's enough. We've got still Aguero and Gabby J up front, and we've got Raheem, and let's say Sane goes. We can have Raheem and Jesus on the left, and on the right we've got Mahrez, and we can use Bernardo Silva as well. So I think I'm not so sure. I'd love to get Yusuf Attal. Yusuf Attal is a right back, but he's a flying. He used to be, basically he's a winger that plays defensively. And I thought, he was worth a shout. I think he's still at. I forgot now, Leon or Nice or whatever. But I think he's a decent Yusuf Attal. I think he's a decent option. I don't know what his price will be now, because I think we could have got him for maybe even 10. He's at Nice now. He's only 23, but 24 a day before. His birthday's a day before mine. It's 24 in May, and I really, for me, he's still a good option. You see him as an attacking option. He's pretty decent. I do not have any sources, Ziad. Okay, I don't have any sources. A lot of my information comes from reading a lot of media output, watching interviews usually with Pep and press conferences and stuff. And the nearest I get to a source, I have a good friend, Colin Savage, who's a finance expert, and he's on the City Matters Committee. So he's one of the fan representatives that regularly meets with the club hierarchy. I mean, the chief operating officer of the club goes to these meetings. So, and Colin knows in the past he's had a lot of good friends, lots of good stories and information that he knows about the club from like Peter Swale's days, or when we were thinking when we were looking at could we finance a bid for Messi if he would come. This was many years ago. So Colin knows his stuff, and so I work. I do a podcast with him, and so he's a reasonable source. But the rest of it, it's using this, giving my opinion. Injuries, I'm usually quite good. Having worked with a lot of doctors, having doctors in the family, so you can work out injuries, and you work out some stuff just because you hear it regularly, you hear Pep talking, and you work things out. If you only hear tidbits now and again, sometimes you might not be able to read between the lines, but hopefully occasionally I get things right. Isco, we want Isco. This transfer leaves a huge question mark. Difficult for the summer. It's going to be difficult. I think Rodri's better than Fernandinho or Ziad. Ziad, mate. Now I know you watch football with a blindfold on. Fernandinho is miles better than Rodri. Head and shoulders better than Rodri. Now, Rodri's only, 23? It might be in 2 or 3 years' time. He'll be as good or better than Fernandinho, but certainly not now. Skriniar and Haaland are coming to City this summer. I'm not so sure. And if Sane goes, Jesus will fill in that position. Well, I wouldn't complain if Skriniar and Haaland came to City this summer, but I'm not sure we'll get Haaland because his agent is Mina Raiola, and I don't think we deal with him. Hey, Angus, multitasking. I think you're taking the mick. Mbappe, Haaland, Skriniar. If we got them, City. If we got them, they could double the price of the season card, okay, and people would still buy it. Ikram, all this time people were talking about Chilwell, but what about Ricardo Pereira? Could be. He's been solid this season. Can't think of another left back that we could get, to be honest, unless he's a right back. Angus, look after yourself, buddy. Ziad, I'm going to hopefully go. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. I have a rant coming on United. Take it easy. Right. I think that's it, guys. I'm going to hit the sack. I want a good night's sleep. Hopefully, we'll go out for a walk in the morning up to the lake. My plan is to go for a run in the morning while the kids and the missus are asleep. And then might even go down the gym. I'm trying to get back into that as much as I used to. And then go for a walk with the family around the lake. Then we've got someone coming around at lunchtime. Excuse me, might go and see my mum for an hour and then get ready for the derby. Hey. There you go, Angus. If you want to know some details of who was impersonating you, that's going to be there. So you email the channel, get that. But guys, don't spam with the I verify, Angus. We know who you are. We know who you are, Angus. Hey, Mr. Op, yo to you, buddy. We're about to finish this live stream chit chat about the derby and other bits and pieces about potential new signings and loan signings coming out. I'll finish up by talking about Jack Harrison. Because that's when I talked about Tosin Adarabioyo, I wanted to talk about Jack Harrison. And there's a message on a Leeds fan came on and said Jack Harrison, he believes Jack Harrison can come back to City and fit in at City. but I haven't seen enough of Jack this season. I saw a bit of him last season when he went to Leeds, and there was talk that Harrison was offered to Leeds for 15 million. If they'd got promoted, they might have bought him. The same way Huddersfield, when we give them Aaron Moy on loan, they got promoted and they paid 10 or 12 million for him. And there was the feeling that if Leeds got promoted, they'd have paid the 15 million for Jack Harrison. Now he's played another season. He's playing another season, and apparently he's having a good season. I mean, he laid on the goal last night in Leeds. First goal for Leeds when they beat Huddersfield. Was it today or yesterday? I can't remember now. I think it's today. So, so Jack Harrison is another one. You know, could he come back and play on the wing? Very, very interesting. I'm interested because I think the guy's got a bit about him. If we're willing to sell him for 15 million, and Leeds were interested, but they couldn't afford it because they didn't get the promotion. So, you know, maybe he's another one that could come back to City and make it at City, and I think he counts as homegrown. I think we sent him out to New York City FC. I'm just gonna have a quick look at Jack Harrison just to see. He was born in 1996, so he's 23. So let me just pull up to see how long he's been on our books. So he started in wow, I didn't know this actually. Started at Liverpool, then he went to United for 7 years, then Manhattan, then he moved to America. So he's born in 90. I'm just trying to work it out. So when he was 16, that was in 2012. So he might not qualify as a homegrown because even though I think he counts as English because he was born in Stoke-on-Trent, raised in Bolton. He was at Liverpool when he was 7. But the thing is, he went to the States when he was 14. And he came onto City's books in 2018. So he'd have been 22, 21. When he was in New York City, it was 2016. But I don't think he came onto our books in 2016. Even then, it's too late for him to be classed as homegrown. So that ain't going to work. So I thought that could have been an advantage. Right, I'm back to go. Hi, Danny Chummy, just about to disappear. Let's have a look. No one hacking Ziad. We just get a few. We've had a problem with trolls who have been tried to. It's very easy to set up an account to impersonate somebody else, even pinch their avatar. Dead easy. I mean, someone tried to do it with me, but we're on the case, and look. They've all been reported. We're looking at the possibility of going further because if you're going around impersonating somebody else, well, that's just not on, you know. And if you're chucking around abuse as well, that's just not on. Ziad, will I wear a mask tomorrow? No. I've got masks. Yes, I've had masks for the last 4 or 5 weeks. We do things well in advance in this household, but I'm not going to be wearing a mask tomorrow. I'm not going tomorrow. I'm not going to the derby. I've got family things to deal with and didn't get a ticket. To be honest, I remember last year's derby, I was trying to get a ticket. This year, I didn't even bother trying. And last year, I was off. I could have gone in the home end. I just thought it's not quite safe for me to go in the home end because I will be recognised. And if I'm recognised, I'll get battered in the United end, so I don't think that was a good idea. Right, guys, give us your once I've gone. Give us your score predictions. I'm going. I'd be happy with 3-1. I'd be very happy with 3-1 City. Very, very happy indeed. So give us your score predictions in the comment section below. I live just outside Manchester, about 20-25 minutes from the Etihad. So No, Ziad, I wouldn't have got ridiculed. I'd have got battered. There's a difference between being ridiculed. If I was in the United end, I'd have got battered. There's no question about that. Chief Raiden 3-2 to City, 2-1 to City, says Angus. Ziad says 4-1 United. I'd be really unhappy if that came to pass. Ziad, guys, as my parting shot, if you're new here, it'd be really good if you could subscribe to the channel. Yeah, hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. We'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be back from my mum's in time to do a live team news. Maybe a pop up at halftime, depends what the score is. And, if we're getting battered, I usually come on because I will not be pleased. And like that Wolves game. Yeah, full time. We'll come on at full time and have a chat. Ikram says 1-1. Yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah, that's it, Chief Raider, and that's it. Nice of you. Hit that like button. Jack Lee says 2-1 City. If you're not, as I said, if you're not subscribed, just hit that subscribe. It's costing you now. We're not charging you anything. Things might change next season, but we still won't charge you anything next season. And hopefully on Monday, I'll tell you about a competition. My mum's not a City. My mum don't care about football. If she had to pick a team, she'd pick City because I support City and my kids support City. So I will, Angus. I'll say hi from you. Hopefully on Monday, I'll tell you about a competition we're going to run from basically from now till towards the end of the season. And the prize is going to be, I just bought this, a Manchester City first team shirt, a home shirt, large size. So I bought I've got one. So if you're in the Fantasy Football League, the first prize is a Ottomani t-shirt. And we're going to have a quiz. I don't know what I'm going to call this quiz, but we're going to have a knockout quiz, okay? And the first prize, well, it's only one prize. I might give two prizes if someone gets to the final. I think they'll deserve something. So there'll be a second prize. I haven't decided what that'll be, but might be a City hat or something. But the first prize will be a Manchester City this season's football shirt, short sleeve shirt, large size. Because I had this issue last season when I bought a training top. But the thing was, it was for the fantasy football competition last season. It was signed by Pep. It was signed by Fernandinho. It was signed by Bernardo Silva. But it was a size small. The guy who won it, he needed some. He sent me a picture. He needed something a little bit bigger. It was really, really snug fit. So, it was yeah. So I thought this time I either get a medium or a large. I thought if I get a large, look, if you're a larger person, it'll fit you. If you're a medium-sized person, it'll be slightly baggy, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's no point getting a medium and the winners are large and it doesn't fit. But I thought large size, that should go up to about a 42 chest. Yeah, so I thought that's a decent enough size. 2-0 City. I can't argue with that. Have you seen the leaks next season? Chief Red, and the problem is there's lots of shirts leaked for next season. I'm not going to worry about it. Ikram, we had a fantasy league. We had a fantasy league. I think there's about 80 or 90 people. I can't remember how many people are in the league. Go on, you got me chatting, so I'll have a quick look. So the fantasy league, I'm 33rd. Well, I was 33rd at the start of the day. I think I'll probably go up a little bit. Oh, I might go. Let's see where I'm in the league. I'm 33rd in our league. Man City. It's called Man City Fan Chat because that's what the name of the channel was then. Man City Fan Chat. The guy who's on top is Mike Aspie. Don't know who he is. He's got 1,648 points. Mike Aspie. I'm in 33rd with 1,449. I ain't winning my own competition. But I reckon my aim would be, if I can make the top 20, I'd be really chuffed if I can make the top 20. I think that is a possibility. And we have got, I'll tell you how many people are in the league. The best part of 100. 92. Got 92 people in the league. I'm just trying to see if I can. There's Jorge Velasquez. I remember him. I'm just trying to see any names I can remember. He's near the bottom. Wow, I don't recognize. Abdullah Mohsin, a guy from Pakistan. I know him. He's in 76th position. GM, Chelsea fan, he's in 72nd. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to go up and see who else we got. Let me just have a look. See, there's a guy from, there's just quite a few Twitter people. There's a Pradeep, who's in called Nampali Mank on Twitter. He's in 50th. And as I go up, let's just see if there's anybody that you guys. Oh, there's Jude, who's, I know Jude Morris King is in 41st. She's very much into the women's football team. Seen around at a few games. Matthew Spence is in 37th. Umar Malik is in 32nd. Did he win it last year? I think it was Umar Malik who won it last year. Faye Meredith Stone, I think Faye, if I remember her, she does a podcast for the women's team. Max, I haven't seen him for ages. Abdul Rahman Mohamud, he's in 23rd. Ian Wilkinson is a guy I know from Twitter. He's in 22nd. Awais Tariq is in 14th. English, you don't know some of the names because they use different names on different things. So yeah, so that's that competition. If you win, still a City shirt is on offer. That's it. Hey, Kram, what have I got? I think I told you guys I got 2 goalkeeper shirts. I got a pink one and a green one. I wanted the yellow one, but that's sold out now. But a pink and a green. I bought the 125th limited edition anniversary top. Got a tracksuit top as well. The Puma 125-year tracksuit tops. I'm sure I got something else. I can't remember now. Off the top of my head, I just cannot remember. Bought a few. It's too late to join Ikram, really. I don't think it's fair on the other people out there. I mean, it's near the end of the season anyway. We've had 29 weeks, so there's only 9 weeks left. If you haven't already got a fantasy team, then you're going to finish last. My favourite derby goal, Andrew. I do like Hinchcliffe's header. I do like very much Vincent Kompany's header. For now, I'll say Vincent Kompany. Yeah, in 2011, I forgot about that, Jack. For what it meant, yeah, for what it meant. But look, there's been so many recently, Ziad. You know, so many. I bet Sami Nasri's when we beat you 4-1. Sami Nasri's the 4th goal, and we scored it after about 49 minutes, and we could have beat you that day by a lot. Anyway, guys, I said I was going about 10 minutes ago. I am going now. You take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Look after yourselves. Have a good Saturday night, and we'll see you tomorrow.